welcome to my crafty time. So this week I'm going to try and keep it a little bit quicker because Tour de Fleece is coming up starting on Saturday, and I wanted just to pop in and let you know what I've done so far this week or since the last episode, because if I left it all to the end of Tour de Fleece, I think there would be like some kind of crazy long episode. So I am planning on doing daily Instagram updates though, so through while Tour de Fleece is happening, so you can keep an eye on my progress there if you're interested. And if you want to check any of my projects out or follow me, I'm Lexi Star on Ravelry and Lexic112 on Instagram. So this episode I've got a little bit of knitting, a fair bit of spinning, and a little bit of sewing. Let's kick it off with what I'm wearing. So this is Heidi Kiermaier's Buttercup. I made it 2017. It's got like a little lace border down the end. It's made out of Elspeth Lavold Hempathy, which I love this yarn so much. It's like such a nice summer hot weather yarn. It's a combination of hemp, cotton and rayon, I think, but it feels really nice, and you can chuck it in the washing machine and it just softens up the more you wear it. The only thing with this pattern, I made so many mods and I'm still not entirely happy with the fit. It's like really big in the back, so I think I probably should have gone down a couple of sizes, and for some, so, but all of those notes are on my projects page. Like I said, it's 2017 and I still wear it like fairly regularly. Okay, so I've got some finished objects to share with you. So I finished my Little Moment socks by Lisa K. Ross of Paper Daisy Creations, and that was made out of Leading Men Fiber Arts in the Showstopper base, which is a merino nylon. I think it's 75-25 or maybe 80-20, I can't remember. The colorway Barbie's 90, and I think that that pattern and that yarn is a match made in heaven. So that's done, and I'm kind of glad that it is. The next it's not really a finished object, it's more just like a tiny square. This is out of like some really deep stash Bendigo Woolen Mills cotton that I just had left over. So the reason why I'm showing this is because I tried out a new style of knitting called Portuguese knitting. I bought the Crafty class really long time ago that Andrea Wong hosts, and part of that was I was finding knitting at a tight tension, all those twisted stitches on the Chow Goose for the Little Moment was giving me some like arm pain in my tensioning arm. So I thought I would try out, it's from the twisting motion that I do when I try at the end of each round, and because it's so frequent and like twisting to tension it, it's just giving some pain, which I want to avoid that at all costs. So yeah, I tried it out. Portuguese knitting is where you have like a knitting pin or a safety pin, and then you use like a pulley system to tension the yarn rather than like your forearms, and then you use your thumb to like flick the stitch over. So that brings me to talking about my Daybreak Tee by Destiny Meyer. So I'm knitting this out of Kobu Lion Brand, and you guys are probably sick of seeing just the little bits of stockinette that I've made. So as you can see, I put it inside out, and I basically just did a short row at the beginning of the row to convert it into purling, because I'm trying out the Portuguese knitting technique for this to try and alleviate some of that possible strain. So far I like it, but I think it's made my tension a bit tighter, so I might have to go up a needle size, and because this is all a bit of an experiment anyway, I don't really care if the gauge is fine because it's already not fine, so I can't complain about the pattern. It's all my fault if it doesn't work out. So far using the Portuguese technique is like, I don't know, it's just is less stress on my wrist for sure, but also just interesting to try something new occasionally. So apparently, besides having like knitting and finishing those little moments, I haven't had a whole lot of luck with knitting at the moment. So and I guess I'll show you why. So this is the ripple bralette that I've been working on. You can see, like, look, I got to the front bit and the back's all bound off. One small problem, I tried it on and I can get it on, but it's too small. Like, I'm happy with this band size. In fact, I would probably knit it a bit longer. Although I really don't want to do 1x1 twisted rib more, but either I'll finish it and just be like, put it in the cupboard for some time. But the thing is, I really want it, so I'll probably end up ripping back to the band and then picking a bigger needle and then increasing to the extra large, which is what I should have knit in the first place, even though the last one I made was too big, and then going on that. And this is, I only just put the second ball in this guy, so I definitely will have enough yarn. That's not an issue. That's the back. I actually quite like knitting with this yarn too, so that's not like the worst ever. And that's out of the Hiku Kobasi, which is cotton, bamboo, silk blend. So it has a bit of stretch that natural fibers don't normally. So we'll see. You might be seeing that more. I don't want to knit on it. I just want it. I guess that might be a little bit more motivation to actually try and sew a sports bra, because like, this is a sports bra and they're so comfortable. I've got a few knitting dreams though, of things that I'm thinking of, like auditioning for the next cast on. So I bought Jacqueline Cieslak's new pattern, the Soul Tank, which is like a linen tank with a lace panel down one side. I wouldn't be doing it cropped, I'd be doing it full length, and I think I'd want to find some way to modify the sleeves so they were narrower, because she gives you suggestions in the pattern on how to make the straps narrower, but the narrowest is 5.5 inches, which from here to here on me is not like wide, and it would end up being like off the shoulder a bit. So I think I would probably prefer it about 3 inches, but we'll see. I might be able to figure it out, and if I only get it to 5.5, it's not the end of the world, but I really like it. And I've got some like super old stashed like violet linen that I have a little bit more than I need for the pattern, so that might be a winner. Otherwise, I'm going to steal the knitting needle that I've got on the ripple bralette and swatch for Andrea Manry's Shifty cardigan, which sweater, not cardigan, which I ripped out because I didn't bother to gauge swatch the first time and it would have been ginormous on me. So yeah, that's it about knitting. So spinning, I've just spinning life right now, and I guess it's good that Tour de Fleece is happening because more spinning life, and I'll talk to you about some of my plans for that in a minute. So what have I finished since last time? So I finished my CVM spindle spin. Isn't it cute? So it's a bit fluffy. I think I mentioned in the last episode that I had a bit of issues with spinning this because for some reason it liked to draft out in lumps. So you can kind of see what I mean in this bit here. And it wasn't completely resolved through the applying of it either. But so when I spun this long draw woolen on the spindle, not essentially longer, but so that's where it's even. And then I'd spin along, and then I just get like a lump coming out in my fiber that didn't really want to even out very easily. And initially I thought that it was just because of because I was spinning it on a spindle. But I had the same issue when I spun the rest of that on. Excuse me, let me twist this up. No, okay, it's just not twisting now. It's too short. And again, I'll talk about that. The rest of it on my reel. So see this yarn baby? He's so fat. I really love this color too. Ooh, there's a pin in there. Considering how close that was to my eyeball. Knitting dangerously. Yeah, so this is the rest of that CVM, that ball that I had. So this is from a sheep called Atlanta, and I love the color. I think it's beautiful. I'm really, despite how bothersome this was to spin, I really like this yarn. It's so like springy and floofy and like bouncy. See, look at this guy, so beautiful. And I like the color, so I might get some more. It's from Harvest Hill Acres, and I will link that in the notes in the YouTube channel. But I had the same issues with drafting out lumps too, so I think I don't know how to fix that. I mean, it didn't impact the overall quality of the yarn too much, I don't think, but it just made it a bit of an annoyance to spin. So the other thing that I found with the CVM, I've been doing the Breed Study Free Class 101 with Sasha Torres of Breed Spot. And she mentioned that CVM is actually a fine wool, which I can believe. It is pretty soft. I kind of want this in a sweater though, because I feel like it's got enough tooth to like just, I don't know, it's kind of like spongy and kind of dry feeling. It's like velvety, I think maybe might be the right word for it. So all I did was I soaked it. I didn't even have to thwack it or anything, which leads me to hope maybe my amount of ply that I'm putting in is also, or the amount of ply that I'm putting twist in my singles is starting to balance out a little bit, which would be exciting. I guess that's the thing, it's like the more you do something, the better you get. But so I found though with it that it shrunk about 20% on when I washed it. So this big fat baby is 135 grams and about 348 yards. And this was originally wound on a 2-yard nitty noddy, and it is definitely not a 2-yard loop now. I measured it, but I can't remember what the number was. And this guy is 25 grams and about 72 yards. And I think I got this to about probably average of a DK weight, which again, sweater wool. I do have some more roving from this provider, but it's in the mother of Atlanta, a sheep called Lisbeth, and it's more of a brownie, like a brown rather than like this oatmeal color. And I have 8 ounces of it, so maybe between the two I can get enough for a sweater. But I kind of just like this color, it's so pretty. If you can't tell, I'm feeling very, very excited about Tutor Fleece at the moment, and that's just bleeding into my everyday life, which is good. You need things to look forward to. So the other spin that I finished that I showed you on the bobbins last time was this Cotswold. Look at this color. Oh yes. Oh no, it's too scratchy for that, but I can do I think it's beautiful. This is my color purple. So like I said, tried to spin the singles fairly low twist. It was a bat, and this is Cotswold, which is another shave 'em to save 'em breed that's a bit endangered. Sorry, I'll show you closer. Because it was a bat, I did spin it like a supported long draw on my wheel, and I tried to be very like make it a low twist single and then not too much on the ply either, and it came out pretty balanced as well. Before I even washed it again, I just soaked this guy. I didn't have to thwack it or anything. So there you can see some of the twist on it. But I think this is, like I said, this is the first time I've spun a long wool, and so it was definitely a learning experience. So you can see like it is a bit inconsistent in terms of thick and thin, but like I don't care. I'm giving myself a break. I love it anyway. So you can see like the variation in thickness there. So I think in some parts it's probably a light finger, in other parts it could probably be a worsted weight. I need to learn how to measure grist and actually do WPI properly, and then we'll see. So I'm not entirely sure what I want to do with this, but oh, it's so pretty. And it's kind of a little bit fuzzy, and it's like not, or it's I think it would be quite strong. Maybe it would make a good warp. Don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So with completing the Cotswold and the CBM, I submitted my first email to Livestock Conservancy because I finished 5 breeds. Yay! And I've got 4 more, which means I really want to buy 1 more so I can get to the 10. So the ones that I've got left, I've got some Leicester Longwool locks. I just got a 4-ounce braid of Tunis roving. I bought a Gulf Coast native lamb's wool fleece off Etsy, and I'll talk about that again a bit more too. And what else do I have? I've got one other one. So Leicester Longwool, and the Black Welsh Mountain. So we'll see. I think I'd like to try some more of the down breeds again, or maybe, yeah, probably more of the down breeds, because I don't know if I actually want to try and spin hair sheep at the moment, and because if I only can buy them in the raw, then I only really have cards to process properly. So yeah, we'll see what the next one is going to be. I guess it depends what I can find that looks reasonable and is not too expensive. I have 1 current spin in progress, and that is because my wheel is empty, ready for the tour on Saturday. So this is my current spin in progress, and in fact it's almost done. I probably will ply it. I've got like this much more to spin, and at this point I don't even know if it's worth it because I've been getting a fair bit left. This is just Corriedale roving that I've spun woolen on my AGN spindle. Those are the singles. Isn't it pretty? You can see some of the information there. I'm going to spin it, apply this 2-ply, and then wash it, and it's going to be part of my vivid blanket. So Corriedale is a medium wool, which I have been learning about this to get a bit more of an idea about it. And medium wool has a similar like crimp structure to longer wool, to fine wools, but their micron count tends to be a bit higher, which means they're a bit stronger. So probably shouldn't wave this around because that is how you break your spindles. But that's the only thing I've got in progress. So Tour de Fleece plans, and boy do I have plans. Initially, I think I showed you this like maybe in the first or second episode of this guy, is I've got these 2 braids. They're both majority content Corriedale. This one is Corriedale with about 15% alpaca, and this is Corriedale with about 15% silk. So, and here's my sample skein. I was going to combo spin these together to make more of this beautiful yarn where I actually like combo drafted them, and I'm still thinking about doing that. So these guys, oh sorry, this is 20% silk, and I've lost the tag for this guy, but I know it has alpaca in it. So these are both 100 grams, so that would give me a 200 gram skein. But and then I don't know if this is crazy or not. I was also thinking of putting the rest of the Corriedale, this guy, I've got more than this, I've got about 70, 80 grams, and put this together. And then also this guy. So this is a Falkland braid that I bought, it's a hand painted braid that I bought off someone's de-stash. And Falkland can be any kind of, like, it can be a variety of different breeds of sheep. It more designates like the area it's from. And this is 24 micron, which actually makes me think that this could possibly be Corriedale as well. So if I did that, then it would be these 4 babies. And I think having all the lighter ones would really kind of limit the amount of dark. Like, it would tone down the dark in this braid, because you can see it's got light spots anyway, but I think the colors are still pretty much in the same spectrum as the other purple skein. And then I would have like 400 grams, which could be enough for a contrast in something, and then make it like a spin cycle style sweater, or at least one with like maybe shorter sleeves or something, like 3/4 length. But the only thing is, I think combo drafting these 2 guys was enough of a challenge. So I don't know how I would combo draft the 4 of them. I think I need to do some sampling, which I don't know. I'll think about it a bit more. So at the very least, I plan to combo draft these 2 together to make a skein of probably a 2-ply. But that's not my only plans. So if I do end up combo plying the Falkland and this Corriedale business together, then that's like 400 grams of wool, and that would probably be my major spin for the tour. These are Leicester long wool locks, and they're part of the Shave 'em to Save 'em, and part of Tour de Fleece is they have 2 days where you have a challenge day, and I've never spun anything from the lock before, so that could very well be my challenge. And 4 ounces plus I finish a Shave 'em to Save 'em project at the same time. I'm also planning on spinning like a couple of grams of fiber on my spindle each day, so wheel spinning and spindle spinning. And then if I run out of this plan on my wheel, I'll probably finish up the Rolex on my Nano as well, because I've kind of, I don't know, they've gone by the wayside. Cool. So that's my main plan. Then when I finish doing that, I am going to finish washing my Gulf Coast Native fleece. In fact, I'm going to do that when I finish recording this video, because it is currently soaking, the last of it. I'll put a picture in to show you how it's going. So just the comparison of like some of the dirty locks with some of the wash locks so far. Some of it I mentioned on some forums that I had been having a bit of trouble getting the dirt out of the tips, but I tried flicking some tips open and it seems to come out pretty well. So this is my flicked like a lock. It's the shepherd did say that it was disorganized and it's quite short, but you can see like this guy to crimp. There we go. So it's fine crimp. I did flick open the tip, but it's come out fairly clean. And so I'm going to card this, spin it up. So this is my attempt at a roll arc, which I need to get better. And you know how you get better? Practice. But so that's the other thing I wanted to mention. I said before I only have cards, and that is the only like real fiber prep tools that I've got. I've got a mini hackle, but I'm still only learning how to use that. So one of the things people suggested you can use is get one of these guys, which is a beekeeper uncapping tool, and it is bloody sharp. And I could probably use this along with the mini hackle to try and comb some fiber, but this is, the Gold Coast Native is pretty short anyway. I think like the longer one's probably only 2 inches staple length anyway. So what I found more successful is stolen my cat's brush and been flicking the tips open with this, and it is so much safer on my fingers. Just a little scratched up as opposed to like, feels like what's holes. And you don't want that. You don't want holy fingers. I'll report back on that when I process it more. So far, combing that one roller is like a dream compared to combing the Black Welsh Mountain, and I've been very careful with washing this, although trying to resist the urge to like when it's like soaking is really hard for me for some reason. I don't know why. That's about it for my knitting and spinning. So quick update on Stash Dash. I'm at 7,049 meters. I still have not declared what I want to be at. I probably will after Tour de Fleece, as in if I get 15,000 meters Tour de Fleece, then I am going to just declare for that and then keep posting stuff in there. Yeah, and I did say I had a little bit of sewing, and I do have a little bit of sewing. So I made this pattern for my husband. I got 2 shirts patterns. So this is a Kwik Sew. His comment when I showed him this, he's like, please don't make me look like Charlie Sheen. Accurate comment. So I made it for him. I'll put a picture in. I made view A, but without the pocket because he doesn't like pockets. And I made it out of a polyester cotton blend crepe fabric that frayed like the dickens, and I think it turned out pretty well. Although it seemed, because like of course it's oversized, you can see very clearly on this awkward looking chap how oversized it is, and so basically it's turned my husband look like he's part of a 90s ska band, and every time he wears it I get real big fish stuck in my head. So that's one thing. I have traced and cut out the pattern, but not yet the fabric for the second shirt that I've got plans for making for him, which is this one. It's so much more polished. I'm probably either the first one I'm going to make is going to be View C, which is the one he's wearing at the moment. And although I'll probably make more of this guy because short sleeves. It kind of depends how the long sleeve version works out. I bought some of the going out of business Crafty fabric, so I have like a 4-yard piece, so that's enough to do sleeves with and test the fit on. Because my husband's got super long arms, I measured one of his ready to wear shirts, just the sleeve, to see how long it was versus the pattern piece that I had. So I think I ended up lengthening the pattern piece by about 2 inches, and otherwise he would have like 3/4 length sleeves. So hopefully that will work. But yeah, he's not keen on View E because he thinks it's a little bit too cowboy for him, and I think he's probably right. But if it works out, then I'll do, again, I'm not putting the pocket on these either. So I'll do View C and then possibly A and then also D, because I quite like B because I like this contrast cuff action. This is going to be a bit more challenging to sew, I think, compared to Kwik Sew pattern. So I don't think I mentioned this, but this had like a 1/4 inch 6mm seam allowances on it, which with a fraying fabric made it really difficult. but this one has more pieces. So the key difference I think in this is it's got like the cuffs with the interfacing, plus it's got a collar stand, whereas this one has like just the floopy collar. But I'm quite looking forward to that, because if it works out well, then I'll just make more. Yeah, so that's all I had to talk to you about today.